What's up, man?
Hey, what's up, Ken?
Guess what I got in here?
What do you have in this box?
The best Marvel books that you need to invest in right now. Alright guys, welcome to our Marvel books you should be investing in right now. These are all books that we're speculating on. A lot of them are some known quantities. They're still books if you're looking to get value or things that are going to increase and appreciate, pretty much a given. These are the books you're going to want to get in on. One of them is not Young Avengers number 6. It is Young Avengers number 1. However, my Young Avengers number 1 is off at CGC right now. So you get to see this first, and then you get to magically see Young Avengers number 1 show up on the screen.
So Ken, why is Young Avengers number 1 a good spec book at this point?
It's got multiple characters in it. It does have Wiccan, what's his name, Speedy or something, the Scarlet Witch's children. However, which did show up, right, in WandaVision. I don't know the long-term plans for them in the Marvel U. Really, the reason they get Young Avengers number 1 is to get the first appearance of the new Hawkeye. She will have a show coming out shortly on Disney Plus that will have Clint Barton, actual original Hawkeye, will be in the show, co-starring with her. She is essentially like a young socialite, young influencer, who kind of takes up the mantle of Hawkeye and becomes a crime fighter. I can see a lot of reason the show is going to be successful. It's going to have a lot of young teenage kids into it. It's actually a really good story though also. The other book you should buy related to this is Hawkeye number 1, the first solo series that features the two of them in it. It's by Matt Fraction, and it has Kate Bishop and Clint Barton. It's rumored to heavily influence the storyline on the show, so I think it's going to be heavily related to the show.
So a common theme is a lot of first appearances and something that's coming down the pipes from Disney versus in terms of a movie or a show. If you guys know anything about trends, as soon as something is announced, the book spikes. As soon as a trailer comes out, it spikes. As soon as it gets released, it spikes again. And then every time that happens, it's like money in the bank.
Yeah. Yep. You have a chance now to get in on the front lines.
Another one that is kind of similar to that in that regard is Strange Academy number 1. A very good story. It's almost like a Marvel Harry Potter. Doctor Strange is all about magic, and these are all people that have magic abilities. There's like 15 different
first appearances. Wow, yeah. Let's read them off. We got the first appearance of Emily Bright, Dormammu. Is that Dormammu's kid?
Yeah.
Shaylee Moonpetal, not Puddle. Interesting. Calvin Morse, Desi, Jermaine, Gooselag, Zoe, Alvi, Eric, and Toth.
Yeah, that's Toth.
Is that everyone that's on the cover?
Yeah, this is a Campbell cover. This is not cover A.
Who did the art on it?
Scotty Young did the story in terms of the art for this. Ramos. Yeah, so it's like a lot of premium people on this book. A bunch of first appearances. I think this one's just gonna go up and up, especially if they end up making a show on this one. It's just a really good, fun story. It
comes in a small trade too, right?
Yeah.
Like it's just a little guy, like the little small size one, like this big.
Right. Next up on something you should invest in.
I really just picked this up. I think Florence Pugh really did a good job in Black Widow, and so if you haven't seen the movie yet, you will come away from that movie a huge fan of hers. She is set to take over the mantle of Black Widow in the future, and with Scarlett's lawsuit against Marvel, I don't see her returning anytime soon. Yeah, Scarlett Johansson sued Marvel. She was supposed to get money on the back end of the movie, right, based on how much it made. Well, then they released it on Disney Plus and didn't cut her in.
On the Disney Plus side?
Yeah, so she was like, well, what the hell?
Where's my money?
Right? Like,
interesting, I didn't know that.
Not right. She's suing Disney. I don't see them having a good
relationship
outcome there. Right. So I don't think Disney, if they didn't want to give her the money to begin with, I don't think they're gonna just give it to her now.
So what's up with this book then?
So this is the first appearance of the other Black Widow.
Right, but the funny one that was in the movie.
Yelena Belova, the blonde one. This is her first appearance.
Oh, okay.
And it's pretty affordable. You can see the $40 price tag depending on your resolution right now.
So if they ever recast or they do more Black Widow, she's probably going to be prime as the next.
She'll be in it for sure. I'm pretty sure they're doing Dark Avengers or something with the team with that Contessa's putting together. That's who that lady from Seinfeld is.
Right.
And so she's going to be in either that group, whatever group she's putting together going forward with US Agent and everyone. But I think even in the movies, Yelena's going to be the Black Widow now. And so this is your chance to get on board. Book's already spiking up, but again, you can get in pretty affordable now. $40, graded 9/8. You'll get a lot more value for your return.
Right.
And I don't see it dropping.
As soon as something announced, it'll just keep going up and up and up.
Yeah.
Okay. Tell me about this book.
The other one I picked was Black Panther #2. I picked it up for $150. This is the first appearance of Shuri. You know, the reason I picked it and the reason it's already up, there's a lot of return on this book in value. The 9/8s go for somewhere in the range of $800 to $900. So if you can find a well-graded one, a well-presenting one, you can make a lot of return on your investment. But the next Black Panther movie, as we all know, won't have Chadwick Boseman in it.
Right.
There was a period in the comics where Shuri actually took over for him, for T'Challa, and I think the storyline may follow that one a bit. I also have a feeling they're going to bring back Michael B. Jordan in some fashion, but we'll find out. I think it's going to make her even more popular than the other movies did, and so I see the value going up on this book even from where it is.
So this is the first appearance as Shuri. And another one, right? But the other one that's also in this run is the first time Shuri takes up the mantle.
Correct.
Right?
Yep.
And you'll see that here.
It's actually a pretty cool cover too.
I know Campbell did a bunch of these covers.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
just pick them up.
Okay. Classic but a goodie. Tell us about this and why this is a good spec book.
Next on the list, Savage She-Hulk, first appearance of the She-Hulk. She has a Disney Plus show coming out now. The actress just tweeted about it actually, and everyone got fired up. How much she was talking about how much she loved making the show. Supposedly not set actually in the stories around this book right here and what goes on in it. This is just the character's first appearance. You could have picked these up 5 years ago and 9.0 plus for like $100. You'll be lucky if you can get a raw copy at $100 now. If you're like me and you score one for like, I got this book for like $125, and I was sure, famous last words. This one, I can tell it's gonna be a 9.8, wait till it gets here. What happened was, I did not read comments in the description on the book, and there is a tear on this cover right here. Somehow, even with the tear, it got an 8.5. Unreal. I think I had a crunched corner on a book once and they gave me a 7.5 for it. This has a literal tear on the cover and it's an 8.5. I'll take it. Good book to get in on. Value's going to keep going up on this.
It's a Disney show or a Disney movie?
Disney show. It's very similar to Deadpool a lot in her books where she breaks the fourth wall and talks to the audience and whatnot. The series I think they're going to base it on came out in the early 2000s, and it was like a legal comedy drama. She like represented superheroes who got sued for property damage and things like that. It's also rumored that in this series, Matt Murdock's going to make an appearance. And it will be the same actor from the Daredevil show, and it'll be the first crossover into this Marvel Cinematic Universe from the Netflix universe.
They're gonna merge them? That'll be cool.
It's pretty much the perfect spot for it to happen, so we'll see.
Okay. These next 6 books are all gonna be part of a theme. Right here is Champions #1. This is a new formed team of a bunch of this next generation of superheroes. If you guys didn't know about this book, which is Ultimate Fallout 4. I mean, obviously this is not the first printing, but I love this color better, this cover better. Like, this is Miles Morales, right? He's the new Spider-Man. This is a Spider-Man that future generations, current generations are gonna relate to and understand.
Did you read the book?
Yeah.
I didn't realize this was the actual frame.
Of the panel?
Like they just took the panel
and stuck it in there.
I did not know that until literally today. I saw it in another post.
Yeah, so as you all know, Miles Morales is like blowing up. When he finally comes to the screen and joins a team, kind of like the Avengers, this is gonna be that team, the Champions. And this is the new team. The people on this team are all really good spec books, as you'll see. So this is when Miss Marvel, which is Kamala Khan, Spider-Man, Miles Morales, Nova, Alexander, Hulk as Cho, and Vision form the new champions, and you know, Cyclops is there kind of leading the way as well, but he's been around forever.
I don't know what happened to them either. I don't know if he got erased or if they just got resent into their timeline. This was a weird time in Marvel where the young X-Men came forward in time.
Right.
And they were like hanging out, like the original 4, it was like Beast, Iceman, Cyclops, Marvel Girl.
Right.
And Marvel Girl started dating someone and Cyclops was all sad. I don't even remember who it was, but it's the same love triangle as usual. A lot of great first appearances.
Yeah, so as you can see, like this book is going to be, as a team, But then is a really good spec book, because as soon as that team forms, it's going to be an expensive book. But, you know, in terms of all the first appearances, like we already know Ultimate Fallout 4 is going to the moon. But other first appearances that are
I wouldn't be surprised if this doesn't happen in No Way Home. With all the things rumored to happen in
with
that
all the
movie,
different kind of Spider-Mans.
I would not be surprised if the post-credit scene has something to do with Miles Morales.
If they even show the Into the Spider-Verse cartoon version somewhere on there.
The only thing I don't know is if Sony has the rights to him, or if they don't because he was Ultimate Marvel.
At the time?
Like, if they don't, I don't think Marvel will show anything with him, so they don't have to split money.
Right.
But if they have to split the money anyways, I would not be surprised if he shows up post-credit scene somehow. Just like the game, right? That's exactly how the last Spider-Man game was, and it was so sweet.
Yeah. So this is, in terms of champions, the people on the team, right? This is Miles, his first appearance. This is the first appearance of Amadeus Cho, the Hulk. This is the first appearance of Nova. This is Point One. It's a similar name to Kamala Khan. Yeah, Marvel Now's Point One, which is Kamala Khan's first appearance. Also a good spec book because she's part of the team.
And has a show.
Yeah, she
will be in the Captain Marvel movie.
Right. Also, so that she has like a lot going for her. She was in that last Avengers game too, right?
Yeah.
As one of the main characters.
I actually didn't really like her in the books or anything. I didn't hate her. I just was like, she's whatever.
Right. I
did actually like her in the game. Like when you got to play as her and see her characterization in the game, I really liked her in that. And so if the show is like that, I think it'll go over really well. It was I think for all the faults that game had, all the other ways that it failed, I think it did a great job with that character. And so I'm wondering if the show will do something a bit similar.
She's already massively popular.
Yeah.
Right. My copy of that book is sitting at CGC right now, so it's not here. But this is what the cover looks like. And then the last person in that team, Vision, which is Vision's daughter.
Yeah, I actually bought the variant to this book. There's a hip hop variant.
Oh, do you have that?
Yeah, the Wiz Khalifa cover.
Yeah,
I bought it just to buy hip hop covers, and then I was gonna frame them with like the actual CDs, but that's on the back burner. I may send it in.
Yeah.
Just to have it. This story though, if anyone hasn't read this series, by Tom King, really, really good. I would suggest getting a trade of it. Vision essentially makes a family so that he can have a normal life. And then things just go horribly awry. Not even just with supervillains, but just things go awry. The easiest way to explain it is the only thing that really survives from this family in this series is Viv.
Right.
And she actually shows up in Avengers of the Wasteland, right? Way in the future. She's like the last surviving Avenger. Huh. Yeah, it's like a 5-part mini. It had like a new Thor. Really good book. Also really good story. Should definitely pick it up. I can see her being massively popular if she ever shows up on screen anywhere. Right. I actually think the Champions will be animated.
Like how they did with the Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
I think I could see them being an animated kids show, almost like Teen Titans or something.
The last book, to just follow on theme, my copies are also still at CGC, is the first appearances and first series of Riri Williams.
Oh yeah.
She's getting her own Disney Plus show as well. Here are the covers, since I don't have them to show you right now. So those are some of the books that we believe that have potential value just because of, they're going to be coming to a series or they're super popular right now and have a lot of room to grow. Tell us what you guys think. These are what we put our mouth where our money is, right? This is what we're investing in.
I wouldn't tell you to buy them if I didn't buy them.
Yep. Let us know what you guys think. If you guys have any other books that could help the community out in terms of investing. If you like this kind of content, let us know. Like, subscribe. Thanks, guys. See you next time. Getting old.